Welcome, and these are my top 10 games that should be remastered for the Switch. Number 10. Arkham Origins is one of the hardest games to get due to the limitations to other consoles. It's one of the games that Rocksteady didn't do, and it's been excluded due to the fact it's not part of the Arkham collection. But it would be cool that it could be included at other platforms as well as the Switch, due to the fact it's a prequel to Arkham Asylum. It's quite sad that they tried to put Arkham Knight instead of Origins, which isn't the best game to port due to the graphical limitations. Number 9. Dynasty Warriors Emperor's Trilogy is one of my favourite strategy action games that I'm surprised we only got Dynasty Warriors 9's Emperors, which is the roughest port for the Switch. The problem with Dynasty Warriors Emperors is that it's in bad terms with glitches, frame rate, visuals and focus on siege maps that lacks mechanic areas to battle in the previous games. But with the previous games it will have content that the new one doesn't have, which is a shame that they didn't choose 4 till 8 Emperors. I think the Emperor's 9 is meant for other consoles instead of the Switch, which is PS4, PS5 in terms of performance, which the current Switch is not ready for yet. Number 8. Yakuza 0. Yakuza 1 Kiwami was my first introduction of playing a Yakuza game. Then I watched the Amazon version too, so I can compare it and say that the game version is obviously better in terms of storytelling and characters. I heard that the Amazon version was a mixture between Yakuza 0 and 1, but I don't get why they tried to fit it in small episodes of Season 1. I think it would be impactful if they started with Yakuza 0 in terms of the show and the game, then build it up to 1. But that's just my opinion. I heard that Yakuza 0 is the best starting point of the Yakuza series and would be cool if Yakuza 0 comes out on the Switch before the new Switch 2 comes out. Number 7. Dragon Quest 8 is one of the best Dragon Quest games I've played for the PS2. But there is the 3DS version, which you can see monsters roaming around in the other world and certain characters you can play which you can't in the PS2 version, and you can marry a character you couldn't do before. The only downside is that the music and the visual is not up to par to the PS2 version. But if you can combine it and call it a definitive edition, it would be a great addition for the Nintendo Switch. Number 6. Urban Reign is one of the great games that it's like Final Fight, Tekken combined with a 3D arena. It is one of the most challenging beat-em-up games I've ever played, which is saying something because I played Batman Arkham Trilogy, Shofu and Yakuza. It's one of these games that you have to learn the controls to do combos. It's like Dark Souls of beat-em-up. I'm surprised it hasn't come out yet in the Switch, but it's a great game. Number 5. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's 2. It is different from the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle that recently released last year. It's like a third-person version of playing the game, but less stealth, realistic visuals, and less soap opera long cutscenes that the new one has. This one focused more on action and fast-paced gameplay. The only thing that needs improving is the clunky movements and Indiana Jones less panting whenever he moves or does anything. Number 4. Ape Escape Trilogy is one of the franchise that needs to come back as a remake or a remaster. It is one of the fun action-adventure platforms I played when I was younger, and almost forgot about it if it wasn't for Astrobot. I'm surprised it isn't up there with Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, or even Mario in terms of mascots, but it would be great if it came back. Number 3. Sleeping Dogs. Haven't got much to say just because I haven't played it, but I played games similar to that, like True Crime in LA and True Crime in New York. It's more like a Grand Theft Auto action-adventure game set in Hong Kong, mostly to do with triads and you're an undercover cop, solving problems. Mostly I have little knowledge, but it would be a great for remaster to try out. Number 2. Ratchet and Clank Trilogy. One of the starting points of the franchise on the PS2 collection, it is a fun futuristic space adventure shoot-'em-up game with platforming and racing, with a dark sense of humour about a corporate CEO businessman and a body cop friendship between Ratchet the mechanic and Clank the robot. As the franchise kept going, it became less dark with its humour and became toned down over time for its new audience. But it would be great to try out the original trilogy again. Number 1. Shenmue 1 and 2. One of the legendary great games on the Dreamcast console, which is unfortunate because I haven't played it to tell you how good it is, but I heard many great things from people and YouTubers talking about how great the game is in terms of activities, fighting, side quests, jobs, characters and storytelling. I also heard if it wasn't for this game, the Yakuza franchise wouldn't have happened, and it would be a great addition to remaster for the Nintendo Switch. And yes, these are the top 10 games that I think that should be remastered on the Switch. Anyway, still rough around the edges, but I'm getting used to using YouTube. And thanks for watching. Bye.